City asks residents to weigh in on proposed changes to the Northwest Arterial. Good evening, I'm Haley Perot alongside Ryan Bonazzo. Thank you for joining us. It's a project that would greatly transform traffic flow on the north side of Thunder Bay. And now the revised plans for the Northwest Arterial route are available for public feedback over the next 3 weeks.
The proposed alignment for the $33 million project has been shifted to the east between Hutton Park Drive and the parkland near the Jumbo Gardens Community Center. Jessica Clement has the details.
Over 100 people turned out back in December for an open house regarding the Northwest Arterial route, which was first proposed in the early 1990s. Now the city is once again looking for public feedback as it fine-tunes the design for the new 3.7-kilometer roadway, which will connect Golf Links Road with Dawson Road.
Late last year, we did go out to public for initial feedback on the open house and update to the studies. In this phase right now, we kind of gathered everybody's feedback and put it to a final environmental study report, and which is out currently for public comment for the next 30 days.
Director of Engineering Matthew Miedema says slight modifications have been made to the plan to keep it up to today's standards, including updated intersection designs and space for bike paths and sidewalks. The northern part of the roadway's alignment has also shifted to the east under the new plans, between Hutton Park Drive and city-owned parklands at Jumbo Gardens Community Center. The comment period will run until September 29th, and residents can find more information on the report on the city's Get Involved website.
So we'll take everybody's comment and feedback and look into, go through all the process again and look through and see if there's any changes we need to make to the environmental study addendum report. If there's change of warranty, we'll make those updates and then file the project report for completion, and then the next phase would go on. So again, we'll take everybody's comments, look to see what changes or updates are needed, if anything, and then look to finalize that report.
Miedema notes the Northwest Arterial is closely tied to the plans by the MTO to upgrade the Thunder Bay Expressway.
So their environmental study is complete for the Thunder Bay Expressway. They're looking at the next steps of design, build, and how they're going to proceed on the next phases. So completion of this phase for the project for us will align with them, and then we're kind of ready to move forward with design and construction at their timing as well.
The project could take up to 5 years or more to start construction and is expected to cost $33 million. Jessica Clement, TBT News.
A section of Walsh Street has been shut down to all traffic. Starting today, the area between Kingsway and Waterloo Street is closed as crews work to rehabilitate the CN rail crossing. The project involves new concrete panels at the crossing and resurfacing the approaches to improve safety and extend the life of the roadway around the railroad tracks. The work is expected to take 5 days. Drivers and pedestrians are asked to use alternate routes during the closure.
A 27-year-old woman faces weapons charges for allegedly pointing an imitation firearm at a security guard over the weekend. Thunder Bay police say they were dispatched to a Dawson Road business in the wake of the incident shortly after 3 a.m. on Saturday. The accused has been charged with assault with a weapon and possession of a weapon for a dangerous purpose. She appeared in court over the weekend.
Northwestern Ontario's forestry sector is getting a major boost thanks to a $1.7 million federal investment.
The Centre for Research and Innovation in the Bioeconomy will use the funding to help communities and businesses develop new forestry products and attract investment and create opportunities in the growing bioeconomy. Justin Hardy reports.
The $1.7 million from FedNor will go to grow integrated wood biorefinery and manufacturing clusters. These are regional hubs that bring businesses, researchers, and communities together to create new products from wood and other forest resources. The hubs will help turn local ideas into market-ready products, giving Northern Ontario a stronger foothold in the bio-based economy. Minister responsible for FedNor, Patty Haidu, says innovation in the forestry sector is more important than ever.
The tariffs actually on softwood lumber have been ongoing for a number of years and have been challenged by Canada in many cases. In fact, I think, believe in all cases, we've won those appeals at the international tribunals. However, they continue to be applied. And so either we pivot and we figure out how we sell lumber to other countries, but also I think importantly through CRIBE's lens, how we sell other products to other countries, or we will continue to face, these tariff actions from the United States.
Part of the funding will support Next4, a network that CRIBE runs to connect different organizations working in forestry, as well as the expansion of Forest Edge, a unique digital tool that maps out wood supply and community resources across the north. Small and medium-sized businesses can use Forest Edge to see where the resources are located and make better decisions about where to invest or set up operations, according to CRIBE CEO Scott Jackson.
It is there to provide a visual representation of that underutilized fiber supply. So what is available? We're in constant discussions with various levels of government, but what that is that's sort of an entry point for new investors to come and look and to see what the opportunity might be in the province.
Beyond research tools and networks, Jackson says CRIBE also provides practical supports for companies.
It's about bringing stakeholders together, facilitating workshops, providing some financial support if there are reports or studies that need to be developed, to provide a foundation for that work. But this is not about an expansion of who we are or what we do. This is really just smart investment at a regional scale.
Justin Hardy, TBT News.
The suspended chief of BZA First Nation has been reinstated by a federal court judge. Gladys Thompson was elected in 2022 to lead the community, also known as Rocky Bay. But in July, Thompson's colleagues passed a band council resolution to suspend her without pay pending an investigation into her conduct as chief. Thompson and her lawyer appeared before the court last week to make a case for her reinstatement. The judge granted an injunction on Friday for Thompson to continue as chief pending a judicial review of the suspension. That means the band council resolution from July is temporarily halted. The chief's suspension came about 2 months after the closure of Rocky Bay Child and Family Services offices on the First Nation and in Thunder Bay. There's some dispute over whether the agency's board or the chief made the decision to cease operations.
Participants in this year's Full Moon Memory Walk honored missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls yesterday.
This year's gathering was held at the waterfront, bringing people together to advocate for change and justice. Emma Chilton explains.
On Sunday, community members gathered for the annual Full Moon Memory Walk, honoring missing and murdered Indigenous women. The event brings together families, advocates, and allies to raise awareness of the violence affecting Indigenous women, girls, and Two-Spirit people. The group met at the Marina Park Spirit Garden and held a small ceremony before walking to downtown Port Arthur. Barbara Kentner's niece, Annabelle Kentner, shares why she participated in the walk.
In 2017, my aunt was hit with a trailer hitch in Thunder Bay, and I was never able to talk on it because I was so isolated from parts of my family that were so involved in it, and I just want justice for my aunt, and I feel like this is the perfect place to do it, as she was one of the moving forces for MMIWG.
Event representatives read out loud dozens of names that were victims of violence. Kentner says it took bravery to share her family's story about Barbara and the effect it had on her and her family.
I was talking to my mom about it yesterday, and she said it was really risky for me to come over here and spread our part of the story because my mom has 2 other sisters that were speaking about it back in 2018 when Bushby's trial was going on, and I was never able to put my input in, and I feel like this is like the perfect event for me to say what it means to me as someone who was so close to her.
Participants walked carrying signs and photographs of lost loved ones and serves as both a memorial and a call to action for accountability and lasting solutions. Emma Chilton, TBT News.
Hundreds of people gathered at Boulevard Lake yesterday for the annual suicide prevention walk called Take It in Strides. The event is dedicated to supporting those who are struggling and to honor those lives lost to suicide. Participants ran or walked for their lost loved ones while supporting others dealing with mental health challenges. There were over 400 participants this year. Many took part in a 5 or 10 kilometer run around Boulevard Lake, while others did a 3-kilometer walk along Line Boulevard. Take It in Strides organizer Connor Remus says it's okay to struggle with mental health, and there are organizations that can help.
basically, it's not even to reach out to the people that are here to attend the event, it's the people that are struggling. It's to tell them that this is the community that's here to support you. If you are going through it, and I just want to make it really well known that it's okay to not be okay. We have programs in place. There's people you can call. There's a lot of different organizations here in Thunder Bay that are here to help you. So if you are going through it, you're not alone. It's it's something that we're trying to break the stigma surrounding suicide. It's totally okay to talk about it amongst your friends and family, and just know that we are all here to support you.
I think suicide prevention is a huge thing with our friends and family. So being able to support all of them is really important to us.
If you or someone you know is struggling, you can call Canada's 988 Crisis Helpline or the Canadian Mental Health Association's crisis line at 346-8282.
The local Malayali Association held the second Onum Festival at the CLE Coliseum over the weekend. Onum is a celebration of South India's harvest season, and the event attracted over 850 people. The festival featured a traditional drum procession, a vibrant parade showcasing the group's heritage, and a feast with nearly 20 dishes. Board member Noble Thomas says with the growing South Asian population in Thunder Bay, the festival is a nice way to make people feel more at home.
We are having our Onum celebration, and that is basically the Thanksgiving of South India. Basically, there is a state in India, southern part of India called Kerala, and it's basically the Thanksgiving. It basically says the harvest festival of Kerala, South India. Most of these people here are far away from the home, and they don't have people to call them as a family. So we decided to have our own community and call it as a group of family. So I think it's one of the most important festival in most of the South Indian community. So we decided, you know what, it's a family reunion, it's a harvest festival, and it's time to have fun.
Officials say they hope to grow the Onum Festival to accommodate more of the local South Asian population next year.
It's believed to be the largest concert crowd ever at Marina Park.
The 6th Wake the Giant Music Festival attracted over 8,500 people to the waterfront on Saturday, and just about everyone stuck around for the big-name headliner, the Black Eyed Peas. Jonathan Wilson was there.
The Black Eyed Peas delivered as expected, getting thousands of people jumping and dancing at Marina Park on Saturday night. And despite a bit of rain in the middle of their set, it didn't stop all those spectators from having a very good night.
Oh, it was a magical moment all the way through. I'm feeling pretty melted now that it's all over, but it was really cool.
To see the Black Eyed Peas and this crowd, can you describe it?
You know, a lot of time I was looking at the crowd and just seeing all the smiles on everybody's faces and the positive energy. It was really cool to just be a part of it.
Come on, let's make some noise!
The 6th Wake the Giant Music Festival also featured performances by Canadian pop bands Prozac and Neon Dreams, along with Indigenous artists such as Crystal Shawanda, Walking Bear, Fort William First Nation artist G-Dubs, Métis singer Wyatt C. Lewis, hoop dancer Thielen Kiknoswe, and Black Eyed Peas vocalist Taboo, a member of the American Shoshone tribe. He was a big reason why the band agreed to come perform here to support the DFC high school students and attract a record 8,500 people to this concert.
I just want to say that this is our 6th year for Wake the Giant. This is the first time that we've ever sold out for our event. This is also the first time, Wake the Giant, that we've had an Indigenous headliner.
It's been 3 years in the making to get Black Eyed Peas here, and it's finally come together with a lot of help from Taboo. He was really adamant to get here, and he was really great with our students.
Black Eyed Peas band leader Will I Am told the crowd that when he first found out they were doing this concert, he really took a liking to the name of our city and decided to perform a freestyle rap about it to the delight of the local fans.
Thunder Bay. Up in Thunder what? Thunder Bay. Thunder what? Thunder Bay. Thunder what?
My favorite moment was when Black Eyed Peas started freestyle rapping about Thunder Bay. I've always loved the Black Eyed Peas, right from, I don't even know how long ago, when I was in elementary school, you know? And to hear them rapping about our hometown, how cool is that?
Jonathan Wilson, TBT News.
I was there, and it truly was a fantastic festival. And Fiona, it really did teach us something. You know, rain doesn't stop the party. We could still have a good time in the rain.
Oh, I knew. I looked out and I thought, oh, okay, Black Eyed Peas are probably on stage now and it's raining. I'm going to hear about it. But then I thought, you know what? No.
It was refreshing, and it was just a little bit.
It was just a little bit, and I knew the crowds were going to be right into it, and it was just going to get everybody going. So I'm glad it was such a huge success, and that Mother Nature's little sprinkles did not damper anybody's spirits. We've had kind of a mixed bag to the west today, but we've got some rain on the way for tonight in the city of Thunder Bay. You can see it's starting to build in, and it's just started. We've got a few sprinkles going on outside in some parts of the city already, and there is a whole lot more. I'll have more details on that in a bit. But for the most part today, it was mostly cloudy. The flow was primarily out of the south, so it's inching our temperature up just a little bit more every day. We're currently at a high of 17, and that's after an early morning low of 6. Across the region, for the most part, it is dry right now. We've got a lot of clouds in Fort Frances at 18, 16 in Red Lake, and that's maybe about a degree or two off from the high for today. So it was actually quite seasonal to the west. We're currently at 18 in Kenora, starts to drop down into 16 in Dryden and Upsala, 15 for Sioux Lookout, Armstrong, Nipigon, and then down to 14 in Greenstone. Greenstone has been dealing with some pretty gusty winds out of the southwest all afternoon, about 20 to 50 K. That's under mostly cloudy skies. And along the eastern shores, we're at 15 in Wawa, 16 in the Sioux, also mostly cloudy at this hour. Tonight, it's going to be much milder than we have been seeing it recently. We're only going to drop down to a low of 12, and that's because, as I said, there is rain on the way. The showers have already begun, but at times they're going to be quite heavy. How heavy, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. 30 to 40 millimeters is the potential rainfall overnight tonight, and there's a risk of a thunderstorm. So this could be kind of an exciting night for some folks. I'm hoping that we skip most of the thunderstorms. I can't deal with my pets getting too upset overnight, but there is a chance of a lot of rain moving through. The good news is it's a relatively enclosed cell, so once it moves through, things are looking pretty good by about tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, well, I was planning to go for a run this evening, but I think I'm going to postpone that.
It.
Yeah, I think I'm going to postpone that, and we'll see how I feel
Any excuse
tomorrow.
will do, I'm sure.
Any excuse, absolutely. All right, thanks, Fiona.